It will be one for the ages. There will be shit talk. There will be a Kenny Pickett starting quarterback.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett is horrible.
I'm coming. Guys. We have a call.
Oh, he's so excited.
All right. Don't laugh. Try your hardest. Hello?
Hey, Justin. This is Philadelphia Inquirer.
Hi. Yeah. This is Justin. I'm ready to start the call if you are.
Oh yeah, great. Thanks for chatting with me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Sorry for the delay.
No, that's
For your
fine.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I record this just for my own notes?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, one sec. Let me just set that right up. And can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I can hear you good.
Okay. Okay. That is all set.
All right.
So I'm working on a story basically about the sort of like queer excitement around the Philadelphia Phillies, and also about kind of how the brand of masculinity that is on display with them. And so that's partly why I reached out to you, because I think that like what you posted is actually like a lot of people have been posting similar things. So I was curious to hear about it. But maybe we can start. Where are you based?
Where am I based? I'm a student at UNLV in Las Vegas. I've been born and raised here, but we haven't had a baseball team here ever. So I picked the Phillies back in like 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow! How did you pick the Phillies?
My dad was a Phillies fan, and also when Rhys Hoskins showed up on the scene and he would hit like something crazy like 18 home runs in 36 games, I gravitated towards that. Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. So
what's your age?
I'm 18 years old.
Cool. So tell me about your tweet, because I feel like that's the way to get into it. So
yeah.
Have you been a baseball fan since 2018, basically?
Yeah, baseball fan since 2018. Yeah, I tweeted basically because I don't think it's unfair to say that this year's Phillies team is like probably the hottest team in baseball, and just I never really thought about it that way until like I never thought it like anyway like looking as another man as hot until seeing guys like Nick Castellanos and Bryson Stott and Bryce Harper just this year. Just the confidence they're exuding. It's
oh my god.
Nice. Yeah.
This is the funniest thing ever.
And you said you're not gay, so do you identify as straight, or what's your...
Yeah.
Got it. So, like, was it strange to you to start thinking about this, or like, how did it personally come to your mind?
Yeah. I identify straight. I still do. It's just that, like, as I said before, I never really thought another man as attractive until like it's just stuff like Nick Castellanos unbuttoning like the top button on his jersey. It just, and it's kind of hard for me to talk about because it's a thing in my family, like queer recognition. That's like not a big thing in my family. So I'm sorry if I sound a little like choked up or something.
No, that's totally fine. And are you okay, like, having this in the paper?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad it's getting out.
Yeah, because I think that like your perspective is a very interesting one, and I think it's shared by a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you were saying like, okay, so queer recognition, not a big thing in your family. So do you remember like the moment when you first saw, like when you first thought to yourself, oh, that guy's really hot?
Yeah. It was because Nick Castellanos, his first year in Philadelphia last year, he didn't really perform to expectations. He kept that top button buttoned. It was just kind of a bad year for him. But when he did well this year and he started exuding so much confidence and swagger and that top button, it was just, I looked at him and I was like, damn, that man's hot. It's kind of, yeah, it kind of sounds silly, but yeah. And then as I looked at other players, like as I mentioned, JT Realmuto, Bryson Stott, Bryce Harper, they're all conventionally attractive too. They're all just, it's kind of just flat out. Yeah. I've once again never thought that about like any man until this year, but that's just, it's just kind of my thought process. Like this entire team exudes a confidence and a swagger that kind of isn't matched by any other team in the league, especially like with the looks and whatnot. So.
Have you like do you share it with people? Like, do you feel comfortable kind of?
I'm comfortable with like sharing it with my friends and whatnot, and especially on Twitter, I see a lot of people share the same sentiment. So it makes me feel better thinking about it because so many other people share the same views. So yeah.
And when you said like your family in terms of queer recognition, that wasn't really a thing. Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
It's just everyone else in my family is straight. Like, it's never really been a topic. LGBT has never come up at all. And if it is, it's like my dad saying about how like they're overfunded or something stupid like that. So it's just interesting to think about for me personally, like in the position I'm in.
Right. And so, what got you into baseball in the first place?
I've seen it on TV pretty much my entire life, but as I mentioned, Hoskins showing up doing his thing, and then I went to a Phillies Diamondbacks game, funny enough, in 2017.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first like real good experience. I loved it, even though the Phillies got crushed. So then like every year since then, except for 2020, I've been to at least one Philly series. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, and I love watching it. I love the pace of the game. I like the analytical side of it. I like it a lot.
Through Twitter, have you connected with other people who think they're hot, think they're fun, maybe are talking about the kind of thirsty nature of the fan base?
Yeah, I see that a lot. I'm not exactly like talk to people like every day, but there are accounts that I follow that will like there's like a meme going around. I don't know if you've seen the post where it has like a bunch of Phillies players in like kind of like a Venn diagram where like there's 4 categories where it's like hot prince or like Disney prince or hot Latino or big pinup boy or something like that, or dirtbag, something like that. But yeah, that goes around a lot. It's super applicable, and yeah, the thirstiness nature is definitely apparent because once again, all led by Nick Castellanos, and it inspired Johan Rojas to unbutton his top button as well. So it's contagious throughout the team. Yeah.
How do you think about like kind of the form of masculinity that's on display with this team? How would you describe it?
This might be like a kind of a weird comparison, but I kind of compare it to like a Sonic the Hedgehog way, where they have that swagger, they have that over exuding cockiness and just excitement, but they're very down to earth in the way they describe it. It's just attractive to look at because it's just everything about them, their personalities. It feels so natural, so real, but they're so good, but they know it, but they don't want to like say it to anyone else. It's just nice. That's the best way to put it.
Have you followed any of this stuff about like the kind of storylines about how they're in love with each other?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like, yeah, stuff with like Brandon Marsh and Stott getting dinner at like Castellanos' house every night. Yeah, there's a sort of a bond between the team that I haven't seen with any other team, not even like last year's Phillies or like the 2008 Phillies or anything like that. This team has like a connection that is not rivaled.
Do you think, like, does it make you question your own sexuality or not really?
I mean, yeah, I'd be remiss if I said otherwise. It's once again a thing that I've thought about. It's just seeing these group of guys play together and pretty much love each other to the point of where they're at now. They're in the NLCS, maybe about to go to the World Series. It's impossible to ignore what they're doing and like how inspiring it is.
You mentioned like that them going to dinner together, or like Castellanos taking, unbuttoning Rojas's shirt. Have there been other like iconic moments during this season in terms of like how they're hot or kind of like the gay storylines?
I mean, kind of 2 times or 3 times, I guess, at this point, when they clinched the playoff berth, when they won the wild card, and when they won the NLDS, just in the locker room afterwards, clearly off the influence of alcohol, they're all like shirtless or like in overalls or whatnot, that too, because they're clearly very comfortable around one another and like the way they look at each other. Just
yeah. Got it. Okay, and can you tell me again the name of the university you're at?
University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And do you mind if I like give a little shout out or anything?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I have a podcast about like fantasy football, but sometimes I talk about like baseball or other stuff too. It's called the Sundays Are for Football Fantasy Football League podcast.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Sundays Are for Football Fantasy Football. Yeah, I can link to that if that works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
In the story. And what do you study?
I'm majoring in architecture.
Have you talked with your family at all about this?
Oh no, God no. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Oh really? Are they baseball fans?
Oh, they're all big Phillies fans. I watch the games with all of them. Obviously, my sister mostly kind of attributes like attraction to Nick Castellanos, but not in like the same way I do or I do with the rest of the Phillies.
Okay, well, is there anything else I should ask you about or you want to add? This is very helpful.
No, I think that's it. Thank you very much for interviewing me. This is nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And are you going to be going to any games, or have you gone to any Phillies games so far this year?
Yeah, I went to the Phillies Diamondbacks game. Phillies Padres series in late July, and me and a few of my friends were going down to Arizona to see Game 4 of the NLCS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did you grow up religious or no?
There was kind of a religious presence with like Judaism and whatnot, but it hasn't really affected me or anything.
That's not the main theme.
No, yeah.
So, all right, excellent. Well, I will let you know when this is out. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Bye. All right.
Holy crap!
God.
Was that what you were expecting,
This
Bryson?
had nothing to do with the podcast at all, but it was so freaking funny. What in the
Change your
world?
sexuality? Yeah.
When
We're
you
just
were
gonna
like,
include
like,
this?
Yeah, do it. I was like, yeah, it actually does. Actually,
We're just gonna include this whole part. Oh my!
I think it'd be impossible not to include it.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys for being on your best behavior. I know Bryson was losing it. He had his head against the wall.
We
over
were
there.
both losing it.
Yeah, you both were walking around the room.
Big ol'
When you
hot
brought
and bothered by Nick
You
Castellanos,
brought
man.
up freaking Sonic.
That was when we. That's what killed us. I don't even know where to start. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
All right. I don't even know. I need to see that article in the
I
newspaper.
can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for the podcast shout out in the article.
There's no way that
my
gets posted.
God.
There's no way that.
I hope it does.
There's no way that becomes published.
I hope it does.
It
I think it'll be
might.
good publicity.
It's
for us.
Philadelphia.